Welcome to the 10th season of What's Eating Harlem. I'm your host, Tabitha C. Williams. Our show pays homage to the trailblazers of yesterday. We recognize the entrepreneurs who continue to be a mainstay in our community and introduce you to dreamers who are waiting to make their mark in Harlem. There's so much to see. Let's get started. Korean American Betty Park's journey as a Harlem restaurateur hasn't been without its challenges. Yet, through every twist and turn, she's demonstrated resilience and passion, creating a lasting impact on Harlem's culinary scene. Revisiting our past guest, Tammeca Rochester, CEO of Harlem Cycle. She has broken barriers while on a mission to bring fitness to the Harlem community. All of that and more.
This program was made possible by the Harlem Community Development Corporation and by the West Harlem Development Corporation. Solutions through collaboration. Also by the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce.
For over 30 years, Korean American Betty Park has been a cornerstone of the Harlem community, running her beloved restaurants. But her journey was far from easy. In the early days, Betty faced significant challenges, navigating cultural differences, overcoming language barriers, and earning the trust of her customers. We sat down with Ms. Park to hear her story. Ms. Park, it's a pleasure to be sitting here with you today.
Thank you.
Especially because you've just been a long-time staple and business here in Harlem.
Right.
Tell me, what has your experience been like?
Well, I am in Korean with the soul food. It's been so present and it was so joyful and with the Harlem community. And I believe it's grace from the God. And daily I'm enjoying having business in restaurant, and I'm enjoying it with our community people. Sometimes people are crazy people coming, like you saw that a while ago. But mostly people are so nice, and they love me. I love them.
When Korean Americans began operating businesses in predominantly African American neighborhoods, misunderstandings often arose. Many in the community viewed these business owners as outsiders, focused solely on taking rather than giving back. This led to tension, boycotts, and difficult conversations. Well, that's because you're very lovable and kind. And my question for you is, your story talks about how a young man showed you how to make soul food.
Yeah.
The dish that you learned how to make.
Oh, yeah, because that was like 1984, we had a conflict Korean merchant, and with the community, the people who live in community, the neighborhood. At that time, about over 65 Korean merchants from St. Nicholas Avenue to the Fifth Avenue. They both. We have so many Korean merchants, but somehow community people wasn't happy with the Korean merchant because they have a lot of complaint. Korean people, they come in, got to make the money, doesn't give any community back. They don't hire the black people, and they don't know how to say thank you. They always watching. We are still. What's the number of complaint being grown up, and one day, some kind of happening instant, some Korean vegetable guy beat up the one of the guy who stole the bag of potato, whatever it is. So right after that, they started with the boycotting.
These merchants come into our community and are not civilized enough to respect our women. We say that we're not going to do business with these merchants if they cannot be civilized in our community.
It's been a long time. This, daily. They're getting bigger and bigger, and their issues about Korean merchant with the black community and Korean merchant gotta be get out of 125th, and they want us to shut down. So finally, about a few months later, Lloyd William, the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
President, Lloyd William and Samuel, Councilman Samuel, and we had a meeting in State Building, Korean merchant, and all the community buildings. About 300, over 300 people was there.
Wow.
And Samuel say, what is about this boycotting? Then those are people from community and boycotting people, all they shouting, all same problem. Korean people are no good. They're working themselves, they make the money, they never contribution to the community, they don't care about this community, they don't respect us, they don't hire the black people, whatever.
Over time, bridges were built. Both communities came together to find common ground and foster mutual respect. Betty Park played a key role in this transformation. At one point, she operated several restaurants, hiring African American staff and tailoring her menus to reflect and celebrate the community's culture. How did that make you feel, sitting in that room and hearing that about?
I completely felt it, but at that, I am a new kid in the block. I just to move into, and I just to open up the business at a fish market. And so then Councilman say, what about Korean merchant? You got something to say. You know what? Nobody can say nothing because we got language barrier. They know how much all day long, $2, $3, $10, you want this, that's about it. And someone who has to come out, express our situation, no one can say anything.
No one was named.
Yeah, but I was desperate because I just opened up the fish market in 1983. And we had to close because of boycotting. It's not from my store, but they started shutting, they shut down, then they moved to another store. Then we shut down.
They said,
all the business, you're right. So I was almost close, and I was desperate. And I raised the hand, and I went up to the stage. I got talked to him because I was in Michigan about 9-10 years, and I work in a restaurant. So I'm not a good English, but I can.
but you know how to do.
I can say what I want to say.
Okay.
And then I was very desperate, and I think that at that time, as God really works with him, I couldn't speak that beautiful, but it was so beautiful. I said, I understand, and Korean people we have a hard history of our country, so we have somehow, faces kind of hard and, no smile or anything, but it doesn't mean anything to you. We look it down you, we don't like, that's not what it is. And we don't hire the black people. It's not that we don't want to hire because of the family work. We come in immigration to the family, so family working. And I just to explain to our situation, but that is important. I tell them, any situation, we hire the people, I can promise we will be hired from neighbors. And please let us know where we can participate, what's going on with the community, like any meeting, any children program, anything, we will be participating. So I sang something like that, and everybody clapped. And that's the morning they left them from my store, but they still been keep going. So bottom line is, through the experience, I learned. I was like, how old was I? I was like 30. I was 30 years old. And I said, oh, if I want to stay this Harlem for the remain having business, keep going my life, I have to work with this community people. I have to hire these people. And so I'm starting to hire the people, black people, and I hired us from fish market to I have my own barbecue, which is this motivate to the soul food. And hired the one guy from neighborhood. He from the original from North Carolina. His name Willie. Willie said, Betty, why don't we make some soul food? So he started teaching me how to make the soul food. Like a barbecue rib and a potato salad and how to cook the chili and a pig feet. All the very dinner, mac and cheese, all those things. That's we starting in 1984 with a small soul food and corner 125th and 8th Avenue.
Today, Betty Park is a treasured member of Harlem, not only for her warm spirit, but also for her incredible food. At Manna's, she serves a unique blend of traditional Korean dishes and classic American soul food, a perfect representation of cultural harmony.
Black people, they eat the pork intestine, children. We eat the cow intestine. Okay. Yeah, and we love the oxtail. We love the pig feet. We love the spare rib. A little different way to cook, but spicy. And it's gotta be spicy and not bland. It's food gotta be thick, not a flavor, a little salty. So, and garlic, pepper, crushed pepper. Basically, I think a Korean food and the soul food is all about the same.
And to be clear for our audience that's listening, we're saying soul food as in S-O-U-L and soul food as in S-E-O-U-L.
Yeah, so some people call me, hi, soul sister. Sometimes say, hi, soul sister.
I heard that at the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce. They had their 125th anniversary and they honored you.
Yeah.
And they said that you were a soul sister.
Yeah, because I've been here about how long? Since 1980 to 83, something. Over 40 years I've been here.
Betty Park's success is a testament to her resilience, her love for Harlem, and her unwavering commitment to bringing people together, one meal at a time. Let's stay connected. Visit our website, www.what'seatingharlem.com, and follow us on our social media pages on Instagram and Facebook at What's Eating Harlem.
Come closer. Come closer.
At What's Eating Harlem, we celebrate the growth and success of our featured guests, showcasing those who expand their businesses and positively impact the community, just as we envisioned when creating this show. Tammeca Rochester, the CEO of Harlem Cycle, embodies this vision perfectly. In 2016, she founded Harlem Cycle, New York City's first Black-owned cycling studio, driven by the belief that fitness is essential and that a sense of belonging is essential to fitness. Tammeca, I want to say welcome back because you were on a past season, but now we're back again and we're revisiting post the big world stop pandemic and everything else. And you were just thriving.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be back.
So let's jump right into it. You have your business. When we first met you, you were at your original location on 138th, correct? and that's still standing and still in full operation. But right now we are standing in this new, beautiful, cool-aired space that I'm loving. Please give the location.
Yes, we are on 125th Street. This is our second location. We are located on 125th Street between Lenox and 5th.
What made you expand?
Well, I realized in our first location that we had reached our max. Like, no matter how many more bikes I added, we had reached capacity in that location. And I realized that no matter how many bikes I added, people from downtown or people from certain locations just weren't going to travel there. And so I knew that the community needed another location.
So what was the growth like? So in the first location, how many bikes do you have?
First location, we have 16.
And here, it's well
Here
over
we-
16.
Oh, yes. Here we're at 24.
A true serial entrepreneur, Tammeca's unwavering determination allows her to overcome any challenge. She holds an MBA from NYU Stern with specializations in marketing and entrepreneurship, along with dual bachelor's degrees in mechanical engineering and mathematics from Georgia Tech and Spelman College. It's amazing to be sitting here with you because though you're being very modest and humble, it's like you are a groundbreaking pioneer in this realm by your own right. As an entrepreneur, as a female, as a woman who identifies as a minority race. So would you please speak to that?
Yeah, so we are the first and only cycling studio north of 92nd Street here in Manhattan. I am the first African-American woman to own a cycling studio in Manhattan. So those are all like firsts, but I opened it because I just knew our community needed it. And it's actually a little sad that I am the first, to be honest, because we need these things in our community. But it's been a dream come true for me.
Her resilience was evident during the pandemic when she not only maintained her business, but also expanded her offerings. Today, Harlem Cycle provides a variety of wellness programs alongside its signature cycling sessions, enriching the lives of its clients and the Harlem community. It's a beautiful thing. And so being that you're a pioneer, there's so much that others can learn from you. And I really want to delve into your personal journey. It's one thing to have the idea of being an entrepreneur, but what about those times, for instance, 2020, everything stops? Cycling, fires, an enclosed space and close proximity to others. How did you navigate that?
Oh my gosh, that was a very difficult time. And so, really I had to sit down with my team and say, okay, team, what can we do to just keep our community moving? Like, what can we do? Because we know what happens when you decide to step outside of your wellness plan and it gets much, much harder to come back to it. We also knew it was a time where we needed to keep moving. Like, what was going to get us healthy and get us through this moment in history was that we were trying to be as healthy as possible. So the first thing I did was ship out my bikes to our customers. So we actually shipped them out to their homes. And then we started doing Zoom classes for those people that had bikes. And then we actually gained a lot more people who were never heard of Harlem Cycle, but because now we were, reachable by Zoom, they were able to take classes from the comfort of their homes. Then we started doing classes in the park so that you could be able to come out of the outclosed spaces. We were doing some mat-based classes that were still cardio-based, but still low impact so everyone could safely do them. We started doing we really honed up on our community impact. We started doing 15-minute live Instagram sessions every single day. It was like a break at lunch, like, let's get up, let's dance, let's just do something together as a community so we can still feel that connection. Because what I found is once you find your community that you want to work out with, once you find the instructor that you love, once you find a place that you feel safe, you want to keep working out with them. And so that's what we wanted to do. We want to make sure we kept providing our services for our community during this time and that it would be able to help them be able to transition back in when it was time for us to open back up.
We're back into work. We're back in the game. Does it get any lighter? No wrong answer. We rise. Second, go. 4, 3, 3rd.
I had to let go of what I thought Harlem Cycle was. So I thought when we first opened Harlem Cycle, it was cycling studio. I thought you come into the space, you cycle for 45 minutes, you have this great workout, and that's what we were. The pandemic showed me we were so much bigger than that. Like, the fact that we had such an amazing group of clients and we're a community that was rallying behind us, and they weren't on our bikes. They weren't in our space. We were doing community hikes, we were doing community outdoor rides, we did bike rides around Central Park, and none of that was actually in the walls of Harlem Cycle. And so I had to let go of the vision that we're a cycling studio, you come in here, we're just so much bigger than these four walls.
That's so innovative, which leads me to ask, what have you done to expand beyond these walls? Retreats and cultural outreach further than what you already mentioned as far as the community.
Yeah, so we absolutely have expanded. So we have our on-demand wellness platform, which has been a great way to really connect with people outside of the area. Our on-demand wellness platform has more mat-based classes, but it also has cooking demos for some of our favorite top chefs within Harlem. We have a wellness and recovery section. We have a family section. So it's really us connecting outside of these walls again. We have our retreat. We go to Costa Rica where it's more of an adventure wellness retreat where you come in, we do some of your favorite cardio exercise like Zumba, we do HIIT, we do strength classes. And then we go and do an adventure for the day and we come back and maybe end with some mindfulness for the night. We've just kicked off our Wellness Redefining series, which is all about finding your fit over 40 for women. And we kicked it off this year in April. It is such a fantastic series because it's all about all the different parts of wellness, from your physical to emotional, your financial, your spiritual, and your sexual wellness. So touching on every single aspect of wellness and really honing into the people who I feel have been, underserved, because I am now a woman of 40 plus, and really making sure that the world is meeting those needs for women as we cross into that beautiful phase of life. And we're really continuing to make sure that everything that we're doing within our studio can be translated to anyone wherever they are. When I'm walking down the street and I see someone walking towards me with our logo on their shirt, with a Harlem Cycle shirt, and they're like, oh, I was just like, there's someone that comes for our classes. Like, it gives me such honor to know that people trust us for their wellness journey and trust us that they would spend their time working out with us, and that they, love us enough to even just represent our brand out in the main streets.
That has to be amazing, and definitely like a moment of feeling like I made it. And do you feel that way?
I have a moment, honestly, every day, and I have to do better. I have to do better as an entrepreneur and sit in those moments of like, wow, this really happened. Because every time I have those big moments that happen, I'm like, cool. Now, how do we make it bigger? How do we make more impact? How do we multiply this moment? So I have to do better in sitting in these moments, but we've had some really great moments.
Tell me some of them. Don't just drop it there.
Well, I got to throw the opening pitch for the Yankees game because I was voted New York City top small business with MasterCard.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I just recently spoke on a panel at Essence Fest. Again, we're at our second location, so that in itself is a lot. We've had such great press and publicity, and just kind of hearing back from our clients, their wins in their personal life has been the biggest successes for us.
Well, I just have to say thank you, because today I had my first cycling class, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little intimidated. I was like, I don't know. I mean, from the smallest little things that you really shouldn't think about, but I did. Like, do I have the right shoes? And then it was like, I learned the positions. Can I do this? Can I multitask? Will I be coordinated? And it wasn't an intimidating space. It was really welcoming. Everybody spoke right away. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. And I'll tell you, you are not alone. That is everyone's first thing when they come into a cycling class. Well, into any space, any fitness space you go into, it's, will I know what to do? Am I even wearing the right things? Like, what will I look crazy because I don't know what everyone's doing? Can I keep up? This is not about keeping up. This is about doing what your body needs to do in this moment. And for us, we are simply here to guide and make some suggestions, and you do what works for you in that moment. As long as you just keep moving, that's all we're asking.
Harlem Cycle is more than a business. It's a vital part of Harlem, a true gem for its residents. That's all we have for now. Tune in next week. See you uptown.
This program was made possible by the Harlem Community Development Corporation, and by the West Harlem Development Corporation, solutions through collaboration. Also by the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce.
Now I'ma put it down like that. I'm leaving, I ain't coming back. You don't like the way I act anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. I stay the same. You must be blinded by the